Hive Interior, I'm Natasha Landers. I'm an interior designer and I live in East London. Come on in. So I've lived in this house for about 25 years and I moved into the area. I love the area for a couple of reasons. One is that there's a lot of greenery around me. We've got Epping Forest, the wetlands, parks, and I've got a dog, so that's perfect for walking the dog. So this kitchen used to be a lot smaller and it was very cold and it was very dark, so we didn't spend very much time in it. So when it was renovated about 9.5 years ago, key to me was getting lots of light in here. And now it's not just a kitchen, it's a living space. Something that I really love is this light installation, which is loosely inspired by the London Underground map. I wanted something different in terms of lighting. And I added foliage just a couple of years ago and it's loving it up there. So it softens that space. And the other thing that's really important to me is this message from my daughter. She moved out a couple of years ago, about 25, and we're very, very close. So it was heart-rending, but you know, she's an adult, she's gone about her way, but she left me this beautiful note on a post-it, which I knew I would lose. So I had it put on the board and it's never been removed in the last 2 years. This is a funny story. I actually didn't know that I liked yellow, but when you look around my house, there's a lot of yellow. But I wanted something different for this floor and I wanted rubber. And originally I was going to go for green and I saw the sample of yellow and it just looked like sunshine. And it doesn't matter how grey the day is, this yellow just elevates the room. I worked a lot with a carpenter and so my cupboards at the top are bespoke. I wanted something that was a bit higgledy-piggledy. I love the idea of using ply, and each one of those cupboards are completely different sizes and shapes. So the kitchen also leads on to the living room and you can get there through these double doors. When I originally moved here, this would have been the side return. So these doors would have gone out into the garden, but actually there were no doors. It was a massive window, really oversized window for the room. But when I looked in the garden shed, I found these doors in there and they fit exactly here because that's where they used to be. They were a bit tatty, so I added some beading and some fluted glass and changed the door handles. But besides that, this is the original door. So this is my living room, which is off the kitchen and the hallway. I really wanted to experiment with colour blocking, but I'm quite rebellious as a designer. I know that sometimes when people think about colour blocking, it's like a chimney breast or something like that. But the biggest colour block in this room is the ceiling. So being rebellious is also about how it's used. So not just the ceiling, but I have this big yellow block that comes across the ceiling down and across the floor. And that was a nod to like old gym floors as well. But just on a practical note, it gives the illusion by coming at a diagonal that both sides of the space are equal. When I grew up, so I grew up in the 70s and the 80s, there wasn't much art that represented me. And so I was really keen to have things that represented me in the home. So most of my art is portraiture, but not all of it, mostly by Black artists. So I'm very involved in the creative world. I run a project called the Lemon Seed Project. So every sort of quarter, I have new artists laying their art around the home and it's open to the public. I had the shutters made by a carpenter based on how a Victorian shutter would work and look. But what's unique about it is it's made from old scaffolding boards. And they were great to get because hardwood is really expensive and scaffolding is a lot cheaper, but it's still hardwood, it's old pine. He wanted to kind of clean it up and shave it down, but I loved that it had a story behind it. So you'll still find that there's the branding of the builders that used it before. I repurposed some of the metal bits that would have been on the ends. It's true to who I am and my personality and Nobody else has something quite like that. My hallway, which is also my biggest art gallery in the house, is full of art and colour. So it was important for me to keep the walls white, but I was very much inspired by Lego. And what I mean by that is I wanted to have pops of bright colour around. So you'll see throughout the hallway there are different colour light switches. There's yellow, there's orange, there's green, there's even a very tiny little knob which is a neon pink on the cupboard under the stairs. I wanted to bring some colour onto the floor. I sourced this flooring from Poland and it's an old gym floor, and I liked it because the wood gives warmth, but the little pops of colour feel quite natural because they're there. So this piece here I found in a hairdresser's that I was passing in Brixton, and it was so stunning I went in to ask about it, and actually it was a local artist who was selling it. It was up for auction and she was trying to raise money for a domestic violence charity. I used to work in a domestic violence unit many years ago, so kind of connected with that. I asked how much I could bid. They said, well, the last person bid 20 quid, so I can do better than that. So I paid £150 for it, but I love it because there is so much to it. There's such a story to it. It's on African print cloth. It references the comic, The Dandy, and the image in the middle is a picture from a book about saboteurs, Congolese saboteurs who dress like dandies really amazingly. And so the picture and the story just said so much, it had to come home with me. Now in the main bathroom, when I first moved in, this bathroom was so tiny that you could sit on the toilet and touch all four walls. And it had yellow bathroom suite, but not in a retro fancy way. It was plastic, it was falling apart, and they were all different colour yellows. I knew that I wanted to change it, but I didn't have any money to do so. However, whilst I was waiting to get the money, I found a roll top bath that is now in here. This is about 20 odd years ago in an archway in East London, and it was £50. And I thought, I can't, who's ever going to get a roll top bath for 50 quid? And it sat in my living room, at one end of my living room, for 2 years until I had the money to extend the bathroom and to bring it upstairs. But the inspiration for this bathroom was, I have an aunt who used to have an avocado suite in her bathroom, so very 1970s vibe. And I liked the vibe, although I didn't want an avocado suite, although probably now it's very trendy. So I painted the walls in my nod to that, which is, it's a Faro and ball bancher. And I added some sort of rattan shelves, etc. The vibe is very 70s. But now we're in my guest bedroom, which used to be my daughter's bedroom before she moved out. And when she moved out, she took all her furniture with her. So it gave me an opportunity to redecorate. The walls are called Light Gold by Little Green. I didn't want to add too much to it because it's quite a small room. So just some key features like some shelving and a futon style bed. The door knob is quite special because it's not actually a doorknob. This is a coat hook, but I love coat hooks because you can get them really oversized and then make them into doorknobs, which is what I've done throughout the house. It helps me actually because I have a condition which means that my hands find it hard to grip or to turn. So having a huge doorknob to be able to hold and push and pull helps, but also looks really great. One of the key vintage pieces in this room is this rug. And it's a story because it came from Tunisia with me in my backpack. And my best friend, bless her, we went to a zouk and the guy said he would give me a great price if he could kiss her hand. So I asked her if he could kiss her hand. And she said, okay. And she's never forgiven me for that. But I did get the rug at a good price, and now it's sat everywhere in the house, and now it sits here. This is the main room in the house, and it was decorated recently in the last year or so. And I really wanted to colour drench this room. And it's one of the rooms that has more subtle colour in the house. The main colour is a really soft, sort of powdery pink, and it's called Castile by Little Green. It's on the walls, most of the woodwork and the ceiling, so that's where it was colour drenched. And then there are pops of colour with the chocolate on the linen cupboard and also on the window frames. And then on the floor is a colour called, I think, Attic 2, which is also a little green colour. And for me, I think it feels like a mix of, if you mix Castile with chocolate, you get the floor. So that's how that all kind of marries together. And then lots of soft rugs to soften the space as well. This bookcase here was the very first piece of pre-loved vintage that I bought, and it has to be, gosh, about 35 plus years that I've had it. It's moved with me over 3 houses, and it's a bit worn, but I still love it. Also in this room is my very first piece of art that I bought. It's faded over the years, but I think that's added to the beauty of it. It's by an artist called Anna Juan, and I bought it in Cardiff in a poster print shop, and I bought it, again, that's got to be about 30 odd years ago. I love it. It tells a story, but I'm not quite sure who the story is or the characters. I think that's why I love it. Thanks for looking around my house. It's been a real pleasure. I hope you enjoyed it.